Hey race fans, I'm NASCAR driver Kenny Wallace, and you're watching Wide Open Weekly. Right, currently sitting number one in the nation, Devin Gilpin. This past weekend, man, you've got the lockdown on Moeller and Portsmouth. What's going on there?
Honestly, man, I don't know. I've raced Moeller for a couple, 3 years now, and my cars have always been good over there. And, you know, lucky enough, last Friday I started on the dead tail of the heat and came up to the front and won that. Redrew the pole, which is always awesome when you can redraw on the front row, and led all 20 laps. I just got a good balance over there at that joint, man. My car likes it a lot. And then at Portsmouth, I've ran there probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 times, and I think we've won 4 out of 6. So just something about that place that I like. It's a fun racetrack. It's always prepped real good and always racy all night. So, and I don't know if it's just them places, but this car's been good about anywhere we go. So I can't be thankful enough for this impressive car. Me and my grandpa really got it dialed in here lately, and hopefully that can progress on into this Summer Nationals tour and the middle part summer stretch here.
So I was at the Windy Hollow show, the AMS series race. Started out decent. It was one of those tracks where if you weren't up front, you weren't going to be able to see the track ahead of you. Started out all right. Look, from a spectator's perspective, it looked maybe a shady deal got on. You got spun and then sent to the tail. But I became a Devin Gilpin believer when I saw you cut through the field. You went from 15th clear up to 4th in that race. What was that like? What was the frustration in Met level that early in the race getting sent to the tail?
You know, I just had to work through it. Like I watched the interview Trent did with you, and like he kind of hit the nail on the head on that deal. It was just a vision issue, man. If you was following a guy, you was absolutely couldn't see. So you'd have to pick a different line where maybe your car wasn't the best there. You just couldn't see. But on lap 2, we drove down into turn 1, and I got hit from behind and spun around and went to the tail and came back. On halfway is a 30-lap race, and on halfway I was right where I started at the beginning. So if we could have stayed in our spot and kept going and not got spun, I don't think I could have won. I mean, the guy that won on the video that I'd seen, he was getting around that joint pretty good, but that just kind of ruined my night there. Was behind the 8 ball from lap 1, and it is what it is. That place was not prepared good. The racetrack wasn't in good shape at all. But it was just a vision issue where you couldn't see where you was going. It was really dusty, and I'd want to have been on the front row of that deal.
So speaking of dusty, we're getting into the middle of June, getting ready to hit July. We're here on the Summer National Tour. Tracks are going to start black slicking up, and probably will be getting a lot dustier. Is your car going to be set up, pretty good in the end of May, early June, but what's it going to be like once we hit this dry period?
I hope it's going to be good. I feel like we got a good balance when we're in the mud or when we're in the slick. I kind of feel more confident on when we're in the slick that the car's better, but definitely with this heat, it being 80, 85, 90 degrees, and daylight savings time now where it doesn't get dark till 9:30, 10 o'clock. The sun's beating on the track all day. It's kind of like a day race anymore with this since it don't get dark till 10 o'clock, but I feel like we got a good balance on the car of when it gets slick. I know what changes to make and when to do it, what time to do it, and I'm really confident going into this Summer National deal and the remaining part of the season. Hopefully we can just keep doing what we're doing, stay focused, keep the car underneath me, not tear it up, and go night to night and just keep trying to bag up W's.
Kankakee tomorrow night?
Yeah, I'm going to Kankakee. Kind of excited about it. I've always heard a lot about Kankakee, watched some video on it these past couple days. Never been there, so we're going to go there tomorrow night. And then we're going to stay there. I guess they have a decent paying modified show on Friday, stay there and run Friday, and I don't know where we're going to go Saturday. We had tossed around Fairbury and places like that, but I really am not sure. Then Sunday we're going to go to Hobstadt down in Evansville, Indiana, and then Tuesday we're going to go back to Terre Haute. Really enjoy going to Terre Haute. I've only been there 2 times and won both times, which that makes it awesome, and you can go there and win at any place, but that place is just different than about anywhere you can go to, and just something I adapted to really well. I'm looking forward to next Tuesday.
So you alluded the last time we talked to, you'd love to hit that 30-win mark, win the championship. Obviously, that's probably got to be the goal right now. You kind of alluded to maybe next year, if things go your way, maybe stepping into something different or going a different direction. Thinking right now, what might that possibility be?
I guess the sky's the limit. With the deal I'm doing right now, me and my grandpa's kind of just modified racing, and I would like to slip into the late model world. I've been fortunate enough to run a late model a few times, and I really enjoy racing them. I've grown up around late model racing. I've been going to the World 100 and the Dream ever since I can remember over at Eldora, and that's really what I want to do is race late models. And I'd love to be saddled up with a race team right now to run 30 nights here in a month on the Summer National Tour. And I feel like I got what it takes to do it. I know I got what it takes to do it. I've drove those late models, and that's what I want to do. I want to go late model racing or maybe some asphalt stuff, just whatever, My options are open. If somebody was to come to me October 10th after the points are over and say, let's come on board, and it's a good ride that I feel like I could win in, then I would be all for going late model racing. And that's the goal. But with this day and age, with the economy like it is, there's not guys out there that own a late model team that looking for drivers. Most of the time, it's their grandkids driving it or their mom and dad and have their kid in their car or whatever that deal may be. But it's just tough right now. The economy and the diesel fuel and the input costs to getting up and down the road and maintaining your car is just astronomical now, and rides are few and far between. So if I could get a ride, that would be awesome, and that's the goal. So I think if I can win 30 plus races and win the national points, I don't see why somebody wouldn't come ask me to drive their late model, to be honest with you. But we'll just take it day by day, and I'm not in a late model tonight, so I'm not worried about it. I'm racing modifieds right now, and I got a goal in sight, and that's to win tonight and go tomorrow night and win. So that's what we're doing now. We're just going to keep trying to win races and stay focused. I'm trying to stay focused on my deal right now as much as possible, and if we end up winning the points, that would be great. Trying not to think about it a lot, because I've been in this spot before where I've led to points from word go until 2 weeks to go and got passed, and that was hard to swallow, man. That really didn't set real well with me. So if we could redeem myself this year and get the national championship, that would be awesome. But right now I'm just focused on racing and winning races, and see how that deal pans out come October.
So right now you're in a family ride. Obviously you've mentioned your grandfather. Who puts this car on the track? What makes this possible?
Dasco Race Supply, first and foremost. Me and my grandfather. He's the operator and owner at just a mile and a half up the road here. We got a race shop, and we sell about anything you want. We're a Motor State dealer, Tomcat Performance dealer, just Hoosier Tire dealer. About any dealer, we have ties with them and can get stuff from them, and that's what we do. Without him, I wouldn't be able to race a Hornet, man, to be honest with you. He's the guy that makes this deal possible for me and gets me here, and I'm very appreciative of him and thankful of him, and like I said, I can't thank him enough. Without him, I definitely wouldn't be here.
All right, well, good luck tonight.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. And thanks to WideOpen Broadcasting for what you guys do and get us, this UMP mod guys, some exposure. And maybe this dealer might be a guy to watch this and say, hey, I like that kid, and might call me up and give me a late model ride or something. So thank you for what you do, buddy.
Kyle Bronson out of Tampa, Florida?
Yes, sir.
All right. Currently 24th in the national point scene. You've been on a tear at Bubba Raceway Park, and pretty much anywhere you're running. 11 UMP wins on the season so far. How do you feel that you're doing this early in the season? How's that rolling for you?
Yeah, well, it's pretty good. We kind of disadvantaged down in Florida or whatever. We race once every other weekend, and these guys over here race 3 or 4 nights a weekend. But that's why we come here. We're going to race a little bit of this week and a little bit of the last week at Summer Nationals, and maybe go to Eldora a few times and try it out.
So you mentioned the Summer National Tour this week, going up to Kankakee tomorrow. Are you going to follow it up into the Wisconsin region, Michigan region, or how far are you going to take it in this first week?
Originally, we was going to go up to Wisconsin or whatever and try it all out, but I guess we had to buy American Racer tires and stuff and swap our tires over. So we're just going to kind of race around here and go to Kankakee tomorrow and maybe go to a few other places around here and head back home Sunday night.
Car count's pretty good here tonight at Brownstown. You're used to kind of a bigger car count setup, so how's that going to affect your mindset going into this, trying to make the feature straight out of your heat?
Well, I think we have a pretty good shot or whatever, as long as we don't get no early wrecks or nothing like that. The track looks pretty nice and everything, but I was kind of wishing there'd be more cars or whatever, get some more maximum points.
For some of our viewers in the Midwest who may be not hear too much about Kyle Bronson, racing at Bubba Raceway Park, East Bay quite a bit, places like that. What's it mean to you to come up here to the Midwest, like you were saying, with higher car counts, with stiffer competition? You've got number 1 in the nation sitting right over here, number 5 in the nation, Tyler Nicely, sitting over on the other side of the pits. There's several guys here, Kenny Wallace, that are gonna make the competition a little bit tougher. How's that change your mindset?
Yeah, well, I seen Gilpin and everybody been going good or whatever, and so I come over here and race with him. We outrun him. We're going pretty good, and just he's going real good right now. So it'd be nice to outrun him and go to a stiffer competition. If nothing else, it'll make us better.
So who makes putting this car possible on the racetrack?
The first guy I got to thank is Wayne Hammond and Charlene Hammond or whatever. It's the people I drive for or whatever. So I got to thank them and all my guys that helped me. My cousin Timmy, Ronnie, Thomas, Clarence, and just everybody who helps us or whatever back in the shop. A couple of them couldn't get off of work, so I also got 2 guys when we come here. So we're going to try the best we can and make the best of it.
13 years old, already won a UMP Modified feature this year. Jake Griffin. What's it like being 13 years old, getting to wheel a 700-plus horsepower monster around a dirt oval?
Oh, it's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. If you have never done it before, you should try it. I mean, I believe that I'm the luckiest kid in the world, and I'm sure a lot of people also believe that too.
Man, I would have to agree. I mean, tonight you're racing the modifieds and the late model division. You've had a pretty good year so far. What kind of racing schedule are you guys looking at? I mean, what have you done so far, and where are you headed towards the rest of the summer?
Well, mostly so far we've ran shows at tracks with they've had pretty good car counts, but we haven't ever ran anything like this before, so it's going to be fun. We're not going to run all the summer national races, but we hope to run at least enough to get us a lot of experience.
So a lot of people might be watching us thinking he's 13 years old, he gets to drive, which a lot of people would be jealous of, and they probably maybe think you just show up to the track, hop in the car, your dad, your crew set it up for you. But I just saw you underneath the car changing gears. So you do a lot of the wheels, the nuts and bolts yourself?
Oh, yeah. I try to help out whenever I can. I mean, I know how to do quite a bit of stuff, and it's just easier on those guys, how much stuff they have to do. It's always good for them to help.
So is racing the only thing you do? Do you play any sports, or you just kind of wanted to focus on racing?
I don't have time for sports. I'm racing nonstop all year.
How have you done so far on the pavement?
Well, we've got 2 wins in an asphalt, a modified, and in the late model we just got our first race win, so we've been doing all right. I hope we can keep progressing from each stages of asphalt. Hopefully make it up to NASCAR one day.
So I hear last night you had a pretty good show racing door to door with Tony Stewart and Ken Schrader. I hear from what I hear, the Tony Stewart race you guys side by side for 10 or 15 laps is just amazing.
Yeah, it was a blast. I mean, I didn't really expect to be as good as those guys, but everybody that was helping us, they made the car perfect for me, and it was awesome.
So who does help put this car on the track? Who are your sponsors? What kind of equipment you running?
Well, we couldn't do it without Triple R Performance Engines. They give us our engines, and they build pretty good engines, I think. And then Pierce Race Cars, Fergie Auto Sales, Micro Towing and Suites, Kelly's, and all of our other sponsors that helped us out. We couldn't be here without them.
All right, man. Well, good luck tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
Coming off a win at Cedar Ridge Speedway, finally got that monkey off your back. That was win number 3 in the season. You've been trying to win there all season long, been doomed by some bad luck there after some early season success. How did it feel to win at Cedar Ridge the other night?
It felt real good. We had an excellent car. I couldn't ask for nothing better, which we set a new track record and won the heat race and ended up getting the feature win, so I couldn't complain. Can't complain on nothing about that.
Now we're getting ready to head into the Summer Nationals. Like you've said, you've got 10 or 15 dates somewhere in that region that you'd like to hit on the national tour. opening night here at Brownstown. Kenny Wallace, Kyle Bronson out of Florida, Devin Gilpin, Jake Griffin's here. It's a stacked house.
Yeah, which you come here, Summer Nationals, they bring the big dogs out, and around this little track, it's going to be hard, but I think we got a good enough car to get it done. But, everybody here is fast. We didn't get the draw we wanted, got a 94, so we'll be coming from the tail in the heat race, and just hope for the best.
So we're looking at the heat coming out. It's 90 degrees out roughly today. The track's probably going to dry out and slicken up a little bit. Is that going to suit your style? I know you've got a lot of power under the hood.
Yeah, which the track's pretty muddy right now, which, it'll slicken off since we're starting in this day. I think we usually have a good car in the slick, so I think we'll be all right come feature time.
All right, well, let's see you put this Lucas Oil Center Show Me's Shaw car in Victory Lane tonight, man.
I hope so. Thank you.
Kenny Wallace, NASCAR personality. I've got to say I'm a big fan, and one of the reasons why is because of Twitter. You are constantly in social media, man. I followed you probably for the last 2 years. You are probably the most in touch driver with his fans. What does that mean to you as a driver, and how has that impacted you here when you come to local tracks?
Well, it's just a new world. Facebook and Twitter have just shocked the nation. I mean, I can remember when we didn't have cell phones. A cell phone is it came out in like 92. So, it's 20 years old, I guess, a cell phone. And now, with this innovation of communication, one thing I like about Twitter is I'm able to let everybody in the dirt world know, hey, the first night of the Summer Nationals right here at Brownstown, Illinois. And a lot of people are like, hey, my family was born in Brownstown. You really are going to be there? So I think it's helped out our crowds. I think it's helped out the promotion of dirt racing, Facebook and Twitter, and able to get out a lot of information like an hour before the race.
Last night, Macon Speedway pulled off the big win. How many UMP mod wins is that on the year for you?
That's 7, and then we won another one in Beckley, West Virginia. So 8 wins, but I'm not able to do what a lot of my friends do. We've got about 32 races in. A lot of my friends are up around 36 or 40. With me running NASCAR in the Nationwide Series, and of course doing my TV, the dirt racing is my passion, but it doesn't pay any money. So this is my hobby, and I'm real serious about it. I love it.
Summer Nationals, like you said, kicking off tonight. What's the plans on how many dates you're planning on to hit? I know you're getting ready to kick into some nationwide racing again.
Well, I plan on running 11. I'm still up in air about Hobstadt Sunday after Daytona. It's going to be a late night on Saturday night at Daytona, so maybe Hobstadt on Sunday, but for sure I got 10 scheduled. Just go on KennyWallace.com, and everything's right there underneath the dirt schedule.
One of your big sponsors, I'm from Northeast Ohio, obviously not right around that is. I know you and Strader were at the campus last week. What can fans go there if they're interested in increasing their knowledge of dirt racing, the physics of it and all that? What can they get there at that college?
UNOH, the University of Northwestern Ohio, it's a great college. It's up in Lima, Ohio, but what's incredible about it is it's the premier college for motorsports. They own a dirt track in Lima, Ohio called Lima Land, and the students actually have an opportunity to drive the race cars. So they race every Friday night against normal competitors. They learn how to work on these dirt cars, and it's a huge building. They learn about building motors, fabrication, springs, chassis, transmissions. It's just an incredible, it's very rare. It's the only real racing college. It's awesome, and it's jam-packed, and the kids always come down for the Winter Nationals down in Volusia for Speed Weeks, and it's really an awesome school for that.
Like I said, you just released some information on some nationwide races getting ready to kick in. Where are we going to see you next racing that car?
Well, we'll run Michigan this week, live on ESPN on Saturday, but we're driving the Family Farmers. We changed the car to 99 because we signed a deal with action hero Travis Pastrana. Travis is going to run about 4 more races. The reason I'm not in the car full time is just because money. But I want to thank the farmers, American Ethanol. I got 5 more races left this year, so it'll be Michigan, Kentucky, 2 Chicago races, and Kansas. So that'll be about 12 races for me this year in NASCAR.
All right, man, it's awesome getting a chance to talk to you. Glad to see you back competitive when you step on the asphalt and you're back up top. I love seeing that, man.
Thanks, I appreciate you. Thanks, and I want to thank all of you for watching dirt racing. I love this sport, and come to the racetrack.
from a town, a jerkwater town, built up and used and then tossed to the ground. Spinning and spinning, surrounded by steeples, almost as many churches as people.
All right, we're here with Jacoby Hines, driver of the number 115 Diamond race car. We're here at Brownstown Speedway, Indiana. This is your home track. What's the skinny on this race? How's it going to pan out tonight, do you think?
Well, the competition's really tough on a local level, you know. And then I saw already, there's a lot of other guys from out of town that's really good. You got Nick Allen and Kenny Wallace is here, and there's a bunch of other good ones. And it'll be interesting to see how all the local guys, you know, stack up against the out-of-towners.
So you look kind of like a young guy, but you're not the youngest here. We've got 13-year-old Jake Griffin in attendance, 16-year-old Tyler Nicely. How does it feel? Maybe you look like you're in your 20s. How does it feel maybe to see that youth movement has moved on to another generation? What's that mean to you?
Well, I think it's pretty cool. You know, I'm 27. I've been going to the racetrack since I've been 2 weeks old. My dad raced for 30 years, and I've been around it a long time, and I always wanted to race when I was young, and probably could have. But my dad always said, you know, he wanted us to play sports and enjoy high school. And because, you know, once you're done with that, you're done. You got the rest of your life to race. But what they're doing is pretty cool. But if that's what they want to do, that's good.
First night of the Summer Nationals, are you going to follow any of the tour, or are you just going to kind of hit the local stops?
No, I'm not going to hit them all, but I'm going to try. My goal is to try to hit 10 to 15. Obviously, within decent distance. But yeah, we're gonna try to hit 10 to 15.
Excellent, man. Well, good luck tonight.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
Wheatfield, Indiana's Nick Allen's currently sitting second in the national point scene. Nick, you've won 10 races so far this year. We're at the opening round of the Summer Nationals show. What's your assessment so far on the season, and what are you looking at for the rest of the next couple weeks, next month?
I mean, so far we've been doing pretty good. We struggled the last couple of weeks, had some brake issues. I don't know, hopefully we got it fixed and we can get it rolling again next couple of weeks. And do some of the summer national races next month or so and hopefully get some more wins.
So 10 wins on the year so far. I know I heard in a different interview you had 14 last year. That was kind of your goal last year. You're almost there already. What's your realistic goal for this summer to hit?
The way we started off, I was hoping to hit 20. I don't know. It's still possible. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully we can get to at least 20.
You race over Illinois, Indiana area that's high car count, high competition in that area. So coming here to the Summer National show shouldn't be too much of a shock to you, but what are you going to take into this race that you get to bring out of your weekly experience?
Well, anywhere we go, it's good cars about anywhere we go. I mean, it's up where we back home, you know, it's a lot of good quality cars down here. I'm just going to go into it like I would any week and do the best I can and hopefully run up front.
So, like I said, you're sitting second in the nation, so maybe some people around want to know what your secret is. Can you at least tell us what kind of equipment you're running?
Well, it's a 011 Bob Pierce race car, John Allen race engine, Landrum springs. That's about it.
Who helps put the car on the track?
My Uncle Keith, he owns the car. He helps us a bunch. My buddies Ryan, Goebel, Nate, they come down to the garage 3-4 nights a week. They're big help. Landrum Springs sponsors us. John Allen Race Engines. Yonkman Roofing, Hoffman Custom Homes, Maxim Power Sports, Bob Pierce Race Cars, Smith Motors, Subway. Just all my buddies that come by the shop and help out during the week, I want to thank them. Appreciate all that.
All right, man. Well, good luck. Hopefully we catch up with you sometime again in the summer.
Hopefully. Sounds good.
Here at the Summer Nationals show, opening round at Brownstown Speedway. Paul, how's the season gone so far for you?
Well, it started off really good at Florida for the Winter Nationals down there. Like, we started off at East Bay Speedway and made the feature every night down there, 3 nights, and went to Volusia County and ran 8 nights there and made the feature every night and set fast time of all week, down in the 17-second range, the only car to do that, and finished fourth in the last night of the Gator Nationals, just right in behind Kenny Schrader. So we had a wonderful start to the season, but haven't ran that much since then.
Yeah, no, I've only seen you a few times up at Hobstadt and only a couple other places. Plans for the rest of the Summer Nash? Are you going to hit the races that are kind of local to Western Kentucky, or you got to branch out a little bit? What are your plans?
Well, we're going to see how it goes at the first of the Summer Nationals. Then we'll see. We don't have any plans of where we're going to go really, but we might venture off a little farther than we have been in the past and hit some tracks we've never been to before.
Here with the driver of the number 79D Pierce Chassis race car, John Demoss. John, where are you from?
Bloomington, Indiana, just about an hour north of here.
So your name shows up on my radar a lot because you've won a couple races this year, having a pretty successful season. How do you assess what you've done so far, and where are you guys going for the rest of the summer? The Summer National Tour, hit and miss, or how are you guys going to work it out?
Yeah, we're we've had a little bit of a rough start this year. We've won a couple races, but we're going to try to make some of these Summit Modified races here and see if we can get 10 races in if our stuff holds up long enough.
Pierce Chassis, Mullins engine, what else is under the hood of this thing that makes it run so well?
These guys that help me, are pretty dedicated. I usually like to take 2 or 3 guys with me. That way, at the last minute, watching, B-main time, if we need to make some adjustments, we can do that. But as far as sponsors, I got Landrum Springs helps me out, and also DK Design does the graphics and makes the car look good. Then All-Star Performance, Quick Car. Also got a R2C helps out. And quite a few people. Hoosier Drywall, of course, is the main sponsor.
All right, well, we look forward to see you the rest of summer again.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have a good run here tonight and follow up Kankakee tomorrow and see how it goes.
All right, well, good luck.
Thank you.